Koppenberg. So we're here at the Koppenberg. First time here at Koppenberg Cross. The course is really hard. It's a bumpy field and then a bumpy cobble climb. It's a little bit slick out today because of the rain this week, but I'm on the Grifo tires. And yeah, all good. It's a really hard course, lots of big punches, really rough ground. But no, just getting dialed in, doing a few laps and then back to the camper. Yo! Course practice done. Now back for a shower. Yeah, it was a tough way to start my season, on the Koppenberg, because I think I don't know if it's because I haven't raced for a while or if it's because it was so hard, but man, that was pain. Like, I can't remember a race when it was that hard. But no, it was good. No, I'm really happy with that.
How was the start actually? First
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I was like mid-pack, so I think I had a better start than in previous years, and the start climb is actually really long, so there's some guys who actually kind of fall back because they go out too hard. And but no, it was a bit hectic on the first lap. But with the Koppenberg, like with the course, everyone kind of rides their own pace anyway because it's so hard. Like everyone just attacks the climbs and the descents, so there's not a huge amount of group racing. But yeah.
And difficult to pass riders. Or?
Yeah, there's like one main line, so you like come off the main line and then you can pass. So I think I was maybe like top 30 most of the race, and then I moved all the way up, and I think I got up to like 14th or 15th, which is super cool. Like in those middle laps, I was definitely like riding at my best, and if I could have just kept like going for like 2 more laps longer, then 21st is a good start. And
You've chosen the hardest race to start, I think.
I know. I think I don't think I'll start in Koppenberg again next year. Man. I think I didn't know how hard it was going to be, so that's a good thing. But my whole body hurts now. But I didn't make any mistakes, which is good, and I'm still getting used to the bike a little bit. But I didn't crash or anything like that, so it was all good.
It wasn't muddy, it was started to rain.
It was like a little bit slick, and there were like ruts, and then with 2 laps to go, it started to rain. But to be honest, I probably should have changed my bike at some point to get rid of the mud on my bike. But it wasn't too bad. I think the main thing was that I was like struggling for gears on the climb because it's just so steep. But to be honest, like if I had smaller gears, I would have just gone slower. So it kept me going hard. So
did you make a back change?
Yeah, so I probably should have changed once, but I didn't change at all. So I just raced the whole race on one bike, which is fine. But an hour of racing at like 190 beats per minute, it was flat out. So that's the legs are definitely open now. So
how's it in the Koppenberg? Probably you start at the bottom, you go to the top full out, and then you go into the field.
Yeah.
Do you still got like reserve some place you can like?
Yeah, to be honest, that was the hardest part. Was like you go so deep on the cobbles, and then you turn sharp right, and then along next to the pits, it was like quite boggy, and like I was just blowing. I think everyone was. So when you get to the top, everyone's just like absolutely dead, and then you try and like keep the power on over the top. But then after that, there's a really steep climb. I don't know if you saw it on TV. The really steep uphill, and every lap that was really hard to actually just get over. But the descents are good fun. Like they're quite fast, but they get a lot harder later in the race because the deeper you go on the climb, like the less oxygen you have in your brain for the descent. So you're just kind of like just holding onto your bike on the way down. But yeah, so that's a good way to start the season, blow away the cobwebs. But yeah, European champs next weekend, so in the Netherlands. It's a different course, I think. It's like flat with some sand, so I think that'll feel a bit different. But yeah, another week on the bike, and then yeah, go again for European champs. But no, very happy with that start. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad at all. So I think it's a solid starting place, getting 21st in a World Cup field like that, basically.
And next week will totally be a different race. So
Yeah,
you
I
can't
think
compare
so.
it with this climb. It's just
Yeah, that's what I was chatting to my dad. It was like, yeah, the course is its own race. I think it shows who's in form, but yeah, you don't. Every weekend isn't like Koppenberg, so it's always different. And next week I'll be with the U23 as well, so that'll feel different as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But solid start.
Yeah. So because this was the first race, did you suffer like in the end? Because like 1 hour full gas.
Yeah, I think I was just lacking that finish line speed. I maybe went a little bit too hard in the middle. So it's hard to pace, and I think because I haven't raced for so long, I maybe just misjudged my pacing a bit. Like, I'm happy with how I performed on the first few laps, and then I also then had a really good middle section. So yeah.
And the whole team back in the routine of the past.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the atmosphere at the race was actually like quite good. Everyone like quite positive in terms of COVID and stuff. Like, everyone was following the rules, and I think yeah, fingers crossed Saddlecross is gonna keep going. And yeah, Josie had a really good race as well, getting I think top 25. So yeah, really good to be back at the races.
How was it to race without people supporting you? Like,
Yeah, it was a bit.
shouting?
I don't know. I was chatting to Xenia about it, and I didn't really notice it too much. Like, you're in your own kind of zone anyway. I don't know. They had like canned like cheering at the end, like through the speakers for the finish, which was quite funny. But I think maybe I don't know. Koppenberg is usually a really popular one, so it probably felt our staff found it really easy. It was easy to get around. Like Xenia could just kind of run about where she needed to, but for the riders it doesn't make not a big difference. Obviously we would prefer it if people were at the races, but yeah.
So next week, working towards a European champs.
Yeah, so one more week on the bike, and yeah, racing on Saturday, European champs in the U23, and yeah, I think it's going to be a good season. So.